Good morning, my friends. TGIF. Welcome to Coffee Talk. I am Coach Roxanne. I have Coach Chuck joining me today, and you have found us on the Better Body Fitness fan page. Good morning, my friends. Quite the little bit of storms that rolled through Wisconsin last night. I think it was about 20 minutes of storms that did some not so great damage out and about in the world. Good morning, good morning, good morning, my friends. Happy Friday. Ruth, good morning. So happy it's Friday. I'm with you. I am with you 100%. Amen to Fridays. Usually I'm not a TGIF kind of girl, like whatever, but this week, TGIF. Victoria, good morning. Corey, happy Friday. Coaches, Lisa, good morning. Did you like the title of did you like the title of the video today? Did you say it? And what's his name? What's that actor's name?
Nicholson.
Yes. Did you say it in Jack Nicholson's voice? Deanna, hello. Robin, good morning. My friend Jill, good morning. Ruth, longest short week ever. Amen to that. Amen to that. Charlie, well, I don't know if it's an amen to that. Good morning. Carrie, good morning. Getting ready to get my sweat on watching baseball. Yes, and where did you say you were doing that? In Lake Geneva? Is that, I love it. I'm so excited for the next couple of weeks of weather. Oh, I live for this weather. I am a product of my parents' choices. I would never choose Wisconsin ever. I make no apologies for it. If you're a Wisconsin person and you love the snow and the ice and ice fishing and all of those crazy things, I'm so happy for you. I don't have one. There isn't even enough in my little pinky to love any of that. Stacy, good morning. Beth, good morning. Marsha, good morning. Renee, Dina, good morning. Lori, good morning, Nuggeteers. I love coffee nugget mornings. Carrie, yes. We have two plain, one in Lake Geneva and one in Waukesha. Oh my Lord. Tammy, good morning. Doing workout on demand today, getting the dogs walked before it gets hot. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get outside. You all know, you just know this about me. I want to walk outside and I want to feel that humidity hit me like a brick wall. I want to just walk out there and think that like I'm having a hot flash. I'm having a hot flash. I don't know. I know I'm one of very few, but I definitely, if anybody was ever a product of their parents' choices, I am definitely a product of my parents' choices. Wisconsin, I will not live in Wisconsin my whole life, my friends. I'm going to break that news to you right now. When it could be 80 degrees, and if there's a breeze, I'm cold. I'm cold. I'm chilled to the bone. Why that is, I don't know. Last night we had the AC on. I think it was only set at 72. I literally was on the couch with the biggest quilt we have in the living room, shivering underneath, trying to suck up all the heat from the dogs so that I could warm up. Deanna, I'm okay with winter for the week of Christmas through New Year's. Then I'm over it. Let's have a BBF compound in the South. Done. Michelle, TGIF, Shelly, good morning, my friends. All right, we're just waiting for the coach to get over here, and then we're gonna get going because I feel like he might be the mastermind behind this conversation.
I'm coming.
Kim, good morning. And
I'm coming in my Friday shirt.
I did make my milk foam.
I just realized I wear this shirt like every Friday.
Mine says strong like my coffee. Yes. Or
Woo!
I like my coffee black, like my soul, except I don't like my coffee black. I like it a little bit muddy brown. Muddy brown. All right.
Cheers.
The title of today's video, you can't handle the truth. Is that how he says it? How does Tom Cruise start?
Tom Cruise says, I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth. Do I think I have do I have his eyebrow?
And he says something about like, I don't even know.
I guess we could have done a little, but it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. All right, so today we're going to talk about facts over your truth.
Yeah.
Deep breath. All right, buckle in, baby. Buckle in.
All right, well, where this all came from was a really interesting quote that I heard this week, and it went a little something like this. I have to get the quote out in front of me now.
Oh Lord, let's just roll without it.
Okay, you start.
All right. So when we talk about facts over truth, and I have said this for months, you have to look at the data because the data is your facts. We start to tell ourselves little white lies and we start to manipulate our own truths.
With something like, when's the best time for the truth? Now, I'm going to insert the word facts for, sounds deep for a Friday. It is very deep. I'm going to insert the word facts for truth, but it's like, when's the best time for the truth? All the time, right? When's the best time for the facts? All the time. Facts or truth should lead to action. However, what they typically lead to is just more emotions, right? And when we get emotional over things, we tend to just kind of get, we tend to kind of get stuck in the swamp, right? Like we tend to do everything other than what we should do because we're hyper emotional. And we are humans. This is part of our DNA. Emotions aren't a bad thing. They're part of who we are. They allow ourselves to be human, right? But what we do with these emotions that are attached to the facts will have a lot to do with what we get in our lives, right? Like we can just be blind to them. We can push them away. We can choose to go in the opposite direction. We can choose to suppress them and sedate them with alcohol and food and procrastination and a lot of these things. So the whole idea here is, are you willing, right? Are you willing to face the facts? The easiest way that I can relate this to anybody is, are you willing to stand in front of the mirror and just take it all in, right? We are
take it all off.
Right. Are you willing to get butt naked in front of the mirror and just stand there with yourself and just take it all in? Take it all in. And it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be emotional. But what you are seeing in the mirror is the accumulation of all of the facts of what you have chosen to do or not do over the course of your entire life leading up to this one moment.
And that could be good facts and bad facts, right? The good facts, we've had children. The good facts, we are now 40 instead of 20. Those are good facts. Those are great facts. The bad facts, what are we really choosing to do with the food that we put in our mouths? What are we really doing with the alcohol that we put in our system? Those are the facts that we're looking at.
Yeah, and so this isn't like a beatdown session. Coach Roxanne has talked endlessly about self-love, right? About self-love. Like, we need to be able to stand in front of the mirror and see all of ourselves for who we truly are and love ourselves. This is critical, key component, like foundational, level one, like the base of the pyramid, right? You must love yourself, right? But that there's also another part, a whole other level of where are you right now? Like, where are you? If you are the healthiest version of yourself that you could possibly be, right? And you're like, I am killing the game, then great. But if you look in the mirror and you realize that there are areas and things that you can do to improve upon your overall health, then we need to take action on these things. And some of the things are going to stare us. And here's the interesting thing about the body. Some of these things are going to actually stare us directly back in the mirror. And there are some things that you can't see in the mirror. Now that would be avoidance of like your annual physical. Do you go to see your doctor? Do you have a physical? Do you do blood work? Do you have regular checkups? These are the things that your physical appearance could show that you are very healthy and fit. But what's happening internally, again, facts, you could be running away from this and not choosing to see that. And then there's a whole other conversation that happens.
And there's an interesting email that I would say Chuck and I get probably every couple of weeks from different people. And it's, help, I'm doing everything, but I'm not getting results. And I find that to be very interesting. That's probably your first white lie. Are you doing everything? They say, I'm eating all the right foods. I'm getting my water in. The first thing I say is, when is the last time you actually tracked your food? When is the last time you weighed your food? And the first response back is, you know what? You're right. I probably am not being very honest. I am letting things in that I think are okay, but at the end of the day, I'm over consuming by letting these things in. But that's the mirror. And we don't tell our clients, you have to track your calories, you have to do this, you have to do that. But when you start saying these statements, I'm doing everything and I'm not getting results, my guess is you really aren't doing everything.
Yeah, and I'll just kind of keep banging on, like, as a coach, I'm not interested in the truth, right? I'm interested in the facts, right? I'm interested in the facts. So I would say facts over the truth. And I told Roxanne, and we made a note here before we went on live here, was personally, I believe the hardest thing that any of us ever have to do and continue to do, it's the hardest thing, especially when we're getting started in anything, right? If you're trying to turn your marriage around, if you're trying to turn a relationship around with a friend or your children, right? If you are trying to make advances in your finances, right? And then of course the body conversation, which is what we are pros at. The hardest thing to do if you aren't where you want to be and you're experiencing a lot of pain, physical pain, emotional pain, whatever it may be, is to take that first look at the facts. Like, to look at the facts is the hardest thing one will ever have to do, but it doesn't just happen once. It will happen over and over and over and over again. Coach Rox and I talked about it, right? Like, let's just use us as an example, right? Because this is the best place to be from. We spent a 2-week vacation, right? I went 200 days without consuming a single drop of alcohol, just as a personal challenge, right?
And sugar you could count on 2 hands.
I literally counted the number of times I had sugar, maybe it's about,
3 hands.
Whatever.
4 hands.
I had it in a diary, in a log.
Yep.
These were the facts. My body fat percentage dropped. My muscle, I sustained muscle. I was in phenomenal shape. We went on vacation. We had at least one cocktail every single day for about 13 straight days, right? We indulged in some of the things at the resort that we hadn't indulged in. And this was 13 days of kind of just doing whatever we wanted, right? Came back, what was the facts for me? The facts for me when I came back was I was up 7 pounds. Now, the other facts here's another fact. I have yet to get back into the shape that I was from March 8th. We're talking March 8th. Now, I am knocking on the door. I'm very close. I'm close. However, though, the facts of the matter are that when you let those things back in, that they tend to be a little bit of a struggle. The pull for alcohol, the pull for sugar.
So we're creeping up on 90 days since that vacation, and we are still working to get back to where we were prior to vacation. So I want to put that in terms of last weekend for some of you. How many of you went off the rails for 1 day? 2, 3. Maybe it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and now today you get on the scale, or on Monday when you weigh in for the next challenge, and you've done great since Tuesday. But the scale and your pictures don't reflect that. You have to realize when you let these things in, they don't go away as fast as you let them in. You filled up all those fat cells, you slowed down your metabolism, you probably didn't get good sleep, and you don't recover from that in 4 or 5 days. You're probably going to feel the effects of this for another week yet.
So here's an interesting thing that we tend to do a lot in all areas of our bodies, right? Or all areas of our life. And I'll talk about the body here. We just start doing, you feel something is stirring. If this conversation is triggering you, that's a good thing. That's a divine, I call that a divine download. Literally, something is working and coming down through you. You're like, man, I'm like, whoa, I'm upset. Something's stirring inside you. This is a good thing. This is a good thing because this is leading you to look at what's really happening. But what really happens is we get triggered, we feel pain, we feel something, we're we want to make a change, right? We're not happy. And then we just start doing stuff. And we start doing stuff. And we start doing stuff that typically would lead to results. And these would be the things that we would learn from, reading internet articles or buying programs or buying books or whatever, watching YouTube videos. And we're like, hey, they're leading and doing the thing, and now I'm gonna go because I see what they're doing, and I'm just gonna go do something. I'm being very vague on purpose, right? I just start doing stuff. You jump into a 21-day challenge. You just start doing stuff. You start doing a diet. You start doing a workout program. And then all of a sudden, you out over the course of time get really upset and frustrated because you're like, I'm not getting results. Here's the crazy thing about that. Before you even decided to do the thing, did you even take time to even look at where you're at and more importantly, where you want to go? That's like getting in your vehicle and just start driving and then getting upset that you didn't get to your ultimate destination. It doesn't make any sense.
You're headed to the west, but you want to get to the east.
Yeah, you just start driving. You're like, well, how come I'm not in Illinois yet? Because you've been driving to Michigan this whole time. You've been driving north, but you just got and started. You're doing stuff. You're driving.
It's jumping into a 21 day, knowing that you need to change something. Maybe you're drinking 3, 4, 5, 6 times out of the week, and you jump into a 21 day and you say, I started working out, but nothing's changing.
Right.
It's because you aren't really addressing the fire that's burning.
Right. And I mean, and okay, I think like it's most common for somebody to say, well, the first fact that I need to gain control over, understand is, what's my scale weight, right? Like getting the facts of like, what's my, that's what everybody thinks. Like, how much do I weigh, right? How much do I weigh? Well, that's important, yeah. But like, I can't tell you the number of challengers that refuse to take a picture. It blows my mind. And I'm not like, I'm passionate. My voice is elevated. This is not trying to be condescending or condemning anybody. But it's hard to face. It is hard to face. I told
facts.
you, it is the most challenging thing. If you are in debt right now in your bank account, the hardest thing to do is actually face where you're at in your bank account and your finances and how many credit cards you have and how many loans you have. It's painful. But I'd rather have you take a picture than get on the scale. Right? Because that signifies these are the facts of where you are in your body. And take picture, and every couple of weeks take another picture and another picture and another picture. No matter what, it's just the process. You don't have to love you have to love yourself internally, but the picture is just a picture. It's just a fact.
Just data. It's just data.
A picture is a picture is a picture is a picture. I can't tell you how many people skip measurements and skip pictures, but they will instantaneously start dieting. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, I'm driving, yeah, but you're in Michigan and you tried to get to Chicago. It doesn't make any sense. No,
Woosah.
I don't need to woosah. I'm in the moment. Does this make sense? If this makes sense, type yes in the box. Like, does this make sense, right?
Right.
We need to learn the facts.
You might be joining us for your 10th 21 Tough Challenge. Why is this challenge going to be different than number 9, than number 8, than number 7? What facts, what data do you have to go off of now instead of your truth? What are the facts of where you're at? What are the facts of what it's going to take now in this challenge to get a result? Amy knows what you're talking about.
All right, and so here's a whole nother, my friends, this nothing. Like, here's another thing I need you to consider. Where are you going? It's a GPS. You have to plug in, what do you do in a GPS?
And don't choose a scale weight for where you're going. Don't choose a scale weight.
I'm going to elaborate. Think of your GPS. What's the very first thing that you do with the navigation GPS? You type in your what? What do you do?
Your destination.
You type in your destination. Then what's the second thing that has to happen? Before you go anywhere, before you get in the car, before you move, before you start your vehicle, before you move even a foot, what happens?
I have to go to the bathroom.
No, okay, besides that. What do you do? What's the second thing you do?
The second thing you do.
What has to happen on a GPS after you type in the destination?
You get the directions.
No, that's a wrong answer. Thanks for sharing. You have to put in where you're starting from.
Oh.
Those are the two things that have to happen.
Gotcha.
If you do not have vision for where you want to go in your life, nothing of significance will happen. You must put in the destination. You must then put in
A to B.
Yes, then you put in
B.
where you're starting from, and then what happens? You are given directions. You are given a map, and then it shows you where to go. And then what is the thing that it always says if you get off track? Recalculating. So you get off track, you get back on track. You get off track, you get back on track. You get off recalculating, whatever it says. Like, we have to get this through our heads. Now, this is an important thing. This is an important thing to understand. Without that destination, this doesn't have to be a scale weight. You now become more in tune with the facts, right? Then you look at where am I at? I drink alcohol 6 days a week. I drink alcohol once a week. When I drink alcohol once a week, I drink 7 beers or whatever it is. Like, I have sugar multiple times per week. I have Starbucks 3 times per week. I late night snack 7 out of 7 nights, whatever it is. Like, you have to get grounded in the facts before you do a program because none of it makes any sense. It's desperation. You're desperate for change. I don't want you to be desperate. I want you to be dedicated to transforming your life for the rest of your life. And it starts with small, simple steps.
And that's why you have to get honest about where you're at. It's so easy to look at Joe Schmo over here. He's doing this diet and he got amazing results. And Sally over here is doing this and she's getting amazing results. They are not you. They don't have your facts. They don't have your data. Only you have that.
So my friends, I'm gonna end it with this. Like, for real, like, this is something, if you can't tell, I'm slightly passionate today. Matter of fact, I think my heart rate.
Your heart rate.
Well, it's only 69 beats per minute. It's up like 14 beats. Okay, for real. If this has you triggered, I love it. Awesome. That means there's something in you that desires a transformation and a change and a burning desire to do something inside of you. That's great. But please, like, don't take this the wrong way. You have to have vision. It's written in the Bible. You have to have vision for your life. You need to know where you want to go. You have to identify what it is you want. Then once you do that, you absolutely have to take time. I don't care if it takes you an hour. It's not going to just take you 5 minutes.
And if you're just floating along saying, I don't really know where my destination is, nobody can tell you that. And I'm going to be very honest, you're just going to keep spinning your wheels. You are going to be in the same place 1 year from now if you don't know your destination. We can't tell you. We can't tell you what that is. We can help and guide you in certain aspects up, but if you don't know your destination, you're never going to get there.
My coach told me one time, your goal right now is to get to Happy Island. You are currently on Shit Island. We're trying to get away from Shit Island and we're trying to go across the sea to Happy Island. There is going to be a direct path. Sometimes you're going to get off path. There's going to be waves. There's going to be storms. There's going to be sunshine. There's going to be calmness. There's going to be all these things, but we're going from here to here. But he forced me to identify these things and get grounded in the facts. Before I ever got in the boat, before I even went into the water, he would not allow me to do anything until I had these two things established. And it is one of the most challenging things to do. Why? Because we're like, I don't know where I want to go. Well, then you need to sit with it and meditate on a blank page for as long as it takes until something comes.
So ladies, the starting point and the destination have nothing to do with your weight. So I don't ever want that to be your destination. I don't ever want that to be your starting point. If you are unhealthy, the destination should be healthy. What does that look like for you? Does that mean you're able to walk a mile without taking a break? Does that mean you're able to jog a 5K without taking a break? Does it mean you're able to do Burpee Palooza without taking a break? What is the destination? Don't allow it to be a scale weight or a size or something like that, because those things are going to come and go with age. Health you can have as long as you possibly work for it, but choose something that is a true destination.
All right, I'm going to leave you with this for a second time around. All right, and I said this yesterday on my new nugget. People will say, life is a journey, not a destination. I completely and wholeheartedly disagree with that comment. Life is a journey with a series of destinations along the way. Yes, it is a journey from your first breath to your last breath, but there are multiple destinations. Maybe right now, maybe it's just a small thing that you're aiming for. That's fine. It doesn't have to be this epic thing, but it has to be something. Maybe you're taking a 10-minute drive across town and that's what your GPS is telling you. Maybe you're driving across the United States and maybe that's your destination. Everybody's destination is different, but you need to plug in a destination, and once you reach that destination, guess what happens? You plug in another one and another one and another one, and it never, ever, ever, ever ends.
And I am living proof. 20 years on the journey. 20 years. All right, we got to call it.
It's 7:21.
All right, my friends. We are going to be live tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m.
I have exorcised the demons.
You can't handle the truth.
Hallelujah. Amen. All right. I want the truth.
All right, my friends. Tomorrow morning, 7:30. Otherwise, join me live Monday, 7 a.m. I just love that. I love us.
I don't know. I'm thinking the Nuggets are probably going to end up. I'm going to probably pull the plug on the Nuggets. We're just going to go coffee nuggets all the way.
Coffee nuggets all the way. All right,
my
friends.
We'll see.
Go out, have an amazing weekend. Go back and watch some of the videos. If anything sparked something in you this week, be the mindfulness, anything, go back and watch. Really start to take some action on your life. All right, you guys are amazing. Have a fabulous day. We love you all.
Bye.